All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new Arctic Monkeys single, which is being released as a part of this War Child album. Let me actually pull this up here. Yeah, it's being released by this War Child Records album, Help 2, which, they have done a compilation album before. They did one in 1995, it says here, which, had the likes of Oasis, Stone Roses, Radiohead made Lucky for that album, Portishead, Massive Attack, Sway, tons of massive artists making tracks for a big charity album or a big raising awareness album, I believe it is. And we have another one here, Help 2, which has quite the lineup of artists itself. It has, of course, Arctic Monkeys with the new single, Damon Albarn, Black Country New Road, Last Dinner Party, King Cruel, Depeche Mode, Bieber Doobie, Big Thief, Fontaines DC, Cameron Winter, Pulp, Sampha, Wet Leg, Olivia Rodrigo. This is a hell of a lineup of people to be creating singles for this forthcoming release. And yeah, we have a new Arctic Monkeys track to go along with it. The title of it is Opening Night. It's being rumored that this is going to be the final Arctic Monkeys song, full stop, and that, this is going to be the send-off for the band, which I don't know if I fully believe that, but if that is the case, then this is quite a big deal of a release. I'm just going to get straight into this. I'll probably give the song a couple listens, and yeah, let's do this. Opening Night. Okay, immediately this is way, way different to what they were doing on the last two albums. It's starting off electronic with some of these guitars being added on top here. That's interesting. Very interesting start.
Popular slogan and a bucket of pain, massaging your forearm, holding your gaze.
I'm liking the way that the electronics are kind of playing off of the bass here.
Tonight is heavy on one side. You've got something on your mind. So have I.
It kind of has that rawness of Humbug, except I think this works a little better than a lot of the stuff on Humbug, whereas that album felt like it was a little too sparse. It was I don't know, it felt like it was undermining a lot of its interesting ideas for the sake of rawness and for the sake of coming across as I don't know, in a Queens of the Stone Age kind of way, homaging itself to classic rock and stuff like that. This feels like it's doing that same rawness and kind of is going back to more of the band's rock roots in a way that feels a lot more natural, in a way that feels like it isn't kind of forcing that aesthetic. It feels like this actually matches, especially with what the song is being used for. I actually really appreciate the direction they're taking here, and I think that it's much more satisfying sonically as well.
From which you cannot escape. Tonight is heavy on one side. I can see it from here.
Oh my god, dude.
On the slide away.
Vocal layering's amazing.
I can see it from here.
Wow. I'm going to be honest, I went into this track with tempered expectations, not being crazy on the Arctic Monkeys stuff beyond their second album, really. I have yet to listen to Suck It and See, but I don't like Humbug, I didn't like AM. Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino was fine, but I feel like that style got very stale with the car. But I feel like what this track does is it carries over some of that loungy stuff that they were doing on their previous two albums, but it adds in more of a sense of a forward kind of classic rock feeling like they were doing on Humbug, except it doesn't feel like it's trying to force that. It doesn't feel like that is the only thing the song has going for it. It feels like also, lyrically speaking, it feels like production-wise, there is actually so much that this track has to say and so much that it has to offer. I think that the switch-ups that this song goes through are absolutely stunning. I think that the production here, being a little bit rawer and being a little bit more open and fluid, allows this track to feel just so natural, and all of the emotions come through in a way that feels like we haven't been able to connect to in the same way since like their first album, or well, maybe there's an argument for their second album as well. I really like this. Honestly, I'm feeling like a solid 8 on this. Solid 8. Yeah, genuinely. I think this is a really sweet single. I think that if this is a send-off for the band, it's a really, really great one. And honestly, it's just nice to hear this band make great music again. I have missed enjoying an Arctic Monkeys track like forever now, because again, their first album is amazing, their second album is good, and then after that it just kind of trails off for me, and I'm not crazy about their stuff beyond that. But to have a new Arctic Monkeys song that I think is legitimately great is it's just such a nice surprise, genuinely. I am so pleasantly surprised by this. Yeah, that's the new Arctic Monkeys single. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think of this single. You know, do you think it's actually the final Arctic Monkeys track? And if so, do you think it's a fitting send-off for the band? You can see my reactions to their first album. You can see my reaction to Favorite Worst Nightmare, Humbug, and AM somewhere in a playlist around here. Definitely check those out if you haven't. Like and sub if you haven't as well. We are on our way to 4K. Links in the description to my Discord, my Album of the Year, my Twitter, and my other channels. Check those out if you haven't as well. And yeah, I'll see you all whenever I next stream or upload. Bye-bye.